Right, hello there, we're back again for the next term. I've received orders from both the generals, and I'll carry out them orders, and there will be some firing at the end of this term. Gilbert's forge here, poor old Gilbert thought, nah, these boys are just getting a bit too close. You know, you set up a business, nice quiet road, you know, no trouble. I don't bother the neighbours, and what happens? The war comes. So Gilbert is loaded up what he can on his cart, and he's off on his holidays. He's had enough. Right. Now, Parliament's won the initiative for this turn, and General Brown has elected that the Royalists actually move first, although they are moving both at the same time, but I shall move the Royalists first, and then afterwards I'll move the Parliamentarians, and after that we will sort out any firing that needs to be done. Right, so the starting with General Simpkins' orders, he wants his dragoons to maintain this position and fire onto the approaching parliamentary dragoons, Oak's dragoons. So that will be a firing move in the next round. Rupert's horse are going to leap this hedge. Wormsley's horse were a bit further back, because remember they were stuck behind here. They're actually going to form column, which gives them double movement, and they too are going to jump the hedge. The Bluecoats, the infantry regiment, are going to wheel to the right and form where the cavalry currently are. They'll form a battle line. That battery will be engaging the London Train Band. Roden's Foot will complete their turn, and they will form in battle line between the cannon here. Newcastle's Foot will march forward just a few more paces, and then they will form up in a line north-northwest, or 10 o'clock if you like, and on their left the heavies will form. So the heavies will form here, so they've got to sidestep a little. So that is the orders I've been given, so I shall move them and then I'll come back to you. Right, the movement's been done. So Parker's heavy horse on the left flank with the lambs in battle formation next to them. Next in line we have the light cannon and the medium cannon. Roden's Foot are now in line of battle. Another light cannon. The Bluecoats have also formed up now in line of battle. Prince Rupert's horse have cleared the hedge, and Wormsley's horse, they have actually all cleared the hedge because I had to knock 4 inches off their movement of 16 with them being in column. It would have got every one of them over the fence, but I just haven't got them to put them down. So although these 6 here are still at this side of the fence, in reality all 12 are at that side, and they're still in column. Next move, of course, they will be able to reform into battle formation, but for now, so these troops you see here are really at the other side of the fence. And Folston's dragoons are still in their position. So that is the Royalist movement over with. So now I can get on with parliamentary. Now, Ayrton's horse will move forward 4 inches. Oglesby's Foot will move forward 4 inches. The Whig light battery was given some targets. primary target being Parker's horse. Well, now Parker's horse are out of range, and also they're hidden behind the lambs. His next choice was the lambs, which are there. He can traverse his gun. I'll measure that in a moment to see what range it is, but I imagine it would be long range. Next to them, the Westminster battery, which is a medium gun. Again, his primary target would have been Parker's horse, but he can't see them. After that, the lambs. He can. He certainly, I think he can just about saw them. Actually, no, he can't, because if I go from here, there's a hedge line there, so no, he can't. He can't see the lambs. So, failing that, his third choice of target for the Westminster is Rodham's Foot, who are at this side of the hedge, and they can be fired at, but because they're behind soft cover, which will protect them slightly and also obviously makes them more difficult to see, they would only take half casualties from the medium battery. The London train band will move forward 4 inches. General Brown himself, he's also going to move up 4 inches behind the London train band. His heavies, Balfour's heavy horse, are to hold their position. The Downing battery, here, his primary target is the Bluecoats, which are here. His secondary target is Prince Rupert's horse, which I now feel will probably be his primary target, since they have just appeared from things. So that artillery, I think, will be firing at Rupert's horse. Joseph's Foot will move forward 4 inches. Sydenham's horse will move forward 4 inches. Orkney's Dragoons are to fire at the closest target. Well, the closest target is going to be Wormsley's horse, who are in column. So this could be quite interesting once I moved all these, because everything's going to be very, very close. And there may also be some compulsory movement of certainly, I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe there won't. We'll see what happens once they all move forward, and then we'll do some measurements. I'll come back to you when I've done that. Okay, the units have been moved. They've moved forward 4 inches, as have Oglesby's Foot. The two cannon are going to prepare to open fire on Rodham's Foot. London train band has almost reached the road. General Brown is just behind. That gun has swung to give Rupert's horse a warm welcome. Joseph's Foot are, and I'm wondering, because they're within, cavalry approaching, will probably have to go into Hedgehog. Although, yeah, we'll have to go into Hedgehog because Sydenham's horse, if anything, are going to be looking after Wormsley's horse. So I think Joseph's Foot are going to have to go into defensive Hedgehog from cavalry. So I'll do that. Some of the measurements regarding the artillery. It is 5 inches to Rupert's horse from that light cannon, and the light cannon 6 inches is short range, so this cannon will be hitting on 6, 5 and 4. On here the medium cannon is, there was a tree in the way, 10 inches. So 10 inches on medium puts him medium range. So he'll be able to hit on a 6 and 5, but you have to remove one from the roll because these are in cover. The light battery is just over 11 inches, so again what I'm doing is I'm coming over here and checking this. So the light, so 11 inches, so he's at long range, so he will only hit on 6s. On the royalist side, that light gun is at 11 inches, so that's long range. However, the medium gun is only at 9.5 inches. So for the medium artillery, 9.5 inches, or just in medium. So you'll get a 6 and a 5 will be hits. And here, short range gun, light gun is 6 inches. So again, consulting the chart, light artillery 6 inches, so 6, 5 and 4. So this cannon will be able to hit on 6, 5 and 4s. Nobody else, I beg your pardon, this unit of dragoons can fire, as can that unit of dragoons. Now, according to General Brown's orders, he was to fire on the closest enemy in the open. So that's Wormsley's horse, so Wormsley's horse are going to get that. So, yeah, I think that's everything, because everyone else has moved. So only the artillery and the dragoons are able to exchange fire on this turn. So I'll stop it here. I'll just double check my rules, make sure everything's right, and then I'll come back to it and show the results of the firing. Oh, by the way, firing from now on is simultaneous. In the last demo battle, the side that fired first, the enemy casualties were removed immediately. That's not going to happen this time. To make it more fair, what we'll do is, however many casualties there are, I'll put a die there to show that number of casualties, but I won't remove any casualties until they've had a chance to fire back. Then, when both sides are fired, that's when the casualties will be removed. So we, after discussions with both generals, that's what we agreed. So I'll come back to you for the firing round. Okay, so we'll start the firing. We'll start with the Whig light cannon, which is going to be firing at Road and Spot down here. If we check the chart, the artillery can choose to fire solid ball at any range, but canister and grape, or canister or grape at medium and short ranges only. Well, as that light gun is at long range, it can only fire ball. And each artillery piece, 1 dice equals the casualties plus or minus modifiers. It's a quarter score against horse and half score versus units in cover. So if he needs to score a 6 to get a hit. If he scores a 6, then we throw again to see what the casualties are, but they'll be halved. So we'll see how he goes for the Whig light battery. He misses, so we can forget that. Now the Westminster medium battery, it's in medium range, so he can fire grape, or canister, whichever you prefer to call it. So he can fire that, and obviously he will do. And he also gets 2 dice, sorry, he doesn't get 2 dice, he gets 1 dice, but 6 and 5 will count as a hit. So 6 or a 5 counts as a hit, and then we roll again to see what casualties, if any. A 4, he misses completely. Now here, the light cannon Downing light battery is in short range of Rupert's horse. So again he can fire canister, grape, and because it's at short range, a 6, 5 or a 4 will be a hit. We'll then throw the dice again to see the casualties, but horse suffer quarter casualties. So 6, 5 or a 4 is a hit. Oh, would you believe it? A 3. So the parliamentary cannon, after our last battle with cannon in the last game we played, useless. Absolutely useless they've been so far. So now we'll switch to the royalist cannon. Again, the Queen's Light Battery, they're at long range, so they can only use solid shot. And can only hit, they need a 6 to hit. I'll change to a red die. 2, nothing. The medium battery, he is at medium range, so he's loaded with grape, and he can hit on a 6 and a 5. Nothing. Oh, the artillery is performing as well as it always does. Now here, the last gun, Sandringham's Light Battery. He is at medium range, so he can... Let me just double check he is at medium range. Medium range is 10 inches or less. Oh yeah, he is well under. So he needs to hit on a 6. Where is he? 6 or a 5. And he's firing grape. So we'll see if we get actually something in it. Get a 6. Oh, 5 is hit. So now I can throw again for casualties. And the casualties, whatever this is against infantry, that will be the how many troops are removed. 1. Well, there you go. So I'll put that 1 there to remind me. So they will lose 1 casualty. So 6 shots from artillery has resulted in 1 casualty. Okay, right, now if we move over to the dragoons, and we'll check their range. This musket range is 12, and yes, they're just in range, so it's maximum range. So whatever, there's 12 of them, so that's 3 dice, 4 for each, 1 dice for each 4 dragoons, so it'll throw 3 dice, but we take 3 off for the distance of being at long range. So that 3 is a nothing. The 4 becomes 1 and the 6 becomes 3, so that's 4 casualties. So they suffer 4 casualties. I'll put a 4 there to remind me. Now Orcish dragoons, but the instructions where they fire on the nearest, which is Wormsley's horse, coming forward in column. So what we shall do with them is, now what range is that? That is going to be short range, isn't it? Because it's only, let me see, it's 4 inches. So that puts 4 inches is spot on for muskets for short range. So we only take 1. Only take one off their score. So they'll also, there's 12 of them, so that means 3 dice. Oh, all 6s. What would you believe it? So we only take 1 off each dice, so that's 15 casualties. But because it's horse, we have to round it down. So 15, you can't have 15, so we round it down this time to 14. Half of 14 is 7. We can't round down 7, but because we rounded down last time, we round back up to make it more fair, so that's 8. Half of 8 is 4. So, if that's my maths is correct, Wormsley's horse has just lost 4 of its troopers. So I'll put a 4 next to them. I'll double check my maths when I finish this video just to make sure, but I think I'm correct. Now, I'll put Joseph's foot in... well, I forgot to do it, didn't I? I should have put them in hedgehog, but it doesn't make any difference because they're moved anyway. They can't fire. But again, at the end of this video, I'll put them back into... Actually, I'll put them into hedgehog, ready for the next move. And talking of the next move, we'll throw for the initiative. Remember, red for Royalists, blue for Parliament. And it's 6-2, so Parliament again will get the initiative in the next turn, so they can choose to move first or second. It's a bit Harry hectic round here. A bit more open and sorted here. So, well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been really quite interesting. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. So, I'll get this uploaded so you can watch it. And generals, I would appreciate your orders. Certainly before tomorrow afternoon, this evening if possible. And then I can sort out the next turn tomorrow. So thanks for watching. I'll speak to you again soon.